Craig, just how do you digest a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, we made a couple mistakes with multiple runners on base, and after getting off to a great start, those mistakes for 2 3-run homers is going to be, you're not going to win playoff games giving up 2 3-run homers. That was just too much to overcome.
Bruce in the third row.
It looked like you tried everything you could to get some run production, starting with your lineup tonight. But since all of your runs have been through via homer, what do you have to do to stay in this series going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, in the first 2 games, we have just not, produced enough pressure on them. First 2 innings, we did a nice job. I mean, we had 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position today. That's a pretty good sign that we're not creating enough pressure. We had 1 hit after the second inning, and it's that's going to add up to a lot of zeros, and that's what happened in the last 7 or 8 innings. So we've got to find a way to just create more pressure, and that's base runners, hits, walks. We've got to have more pressure and make innings, and kind of pitching decisions much tougher on the other side.
Steve in the fourth row.
Just the variety of arms they have coming out of the bullpen, just how dangerous is that? How tough was that to deal with all the different guys they had coming in after?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think from our perspective, we started the game off in a really good way. We scored a bunch off Ashby, made him work, got him out of there before the second inning was complete. But yeah, we had early opportunity, maybe early like Mizorowski before he settled in. We needed to get him before he settled in, and he made some pitches to the strikeout of Happ. If Happ Ian gets on there, then there's some pressure on him immediately. But ultimately, we didn't create pressure on any of their guys, and so then they got some confidence, and obviously they had a lead, and the lead pitching with that lead helps as well. Just couldn't get anything going.
Steve down in the front.
They hit you back so fast in the first. I don't know how much you believe in momentum as a thing, as a factor, but was that just such a swing that it was hard to overcome, and it's going to be hard to overcome?
Well, I mean, look, we got 2 outs there. Yeah, I mean, you get an out there, and it's a different. There's no question, it's a different game, and that's what the 3-run homers do. I mean, it changes games dramatically. So we got one first to put up a 0 in that inning. I mean, it's a completely different game, obviously. But credit to Vaughn, he got a pitch, and he had a good at bat and fouled off a couple pitches and hit one. So, at that point, it's you're back to even and back to square one. In a ball game, completely in a ball game, completely in the ball game even after Contreras' homer. Daniel just 0-2, unfortunately, left just too much of the plate on an 0-2 pitch. But yeah, I mean, like I said, 2 3-run homers, man, that's playoff game. Any game, tough to overcome 2 3-run homers.
Kurt, third row in the middle.
Craig, Miz and Churio were a couple guys that were starting to get some pretty good hype when you were in the organization. I'm just curious if you kind of envisioned them as potential, playoff, real impact players from what you knew and know of them.
Yeah, both very talented players, and I mean, I think you expected them to be big leaguers, absolutely.
Go to Christina in the second row.
I guess going back to Chicago, what's got to be the mindset, the mentality for the team?
It's simple. I mean, we got to just win pitches. We got to win moments, and you got to stay with your process and your routines. It's simple as that. We got our work cut out for us, but it's done by winning one pitch at a time and succeeding one pitch at a time. it's going to be a fun environment. We're looking forward to Wednesday, and our road back to Milwaukee starts on Wednesday afternoon.
Take two more, Megan, and then back down to Steve in the front.
I know Shota's talked about just trying to find answers to some of the first inning struggles and the home runs, and obviously first two batters was seemingly locked in. Just what do you make of kind of those continued issues popping up despite, him trying to find a way to get rolling in those areas?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a tipping point to I think giving up home runs, and Shota has succeeded because he's kept runners off base, and maybe the solo home run doesn't hurt you as much. Again, I'm going to reiterate, a 3-run homer is going to kill you, and you can survive some solo home runs. Homers with men on base like that, you're going to have a tough time surviving them. And he did get off to a good start. There was some swing and miss the first 2 innings for sure. That was good to see. But the long ball at the rate he's giving it up right now is with runners on base. Like, that's going to be hard to overcome.
Steve.
Craig, just the way guys are going, you look at your pieces right now, do you have enough to work with to do this? Do you see a path with what you've...
Yeah, I mean, the path to start, it's a Wednesday game, and it's a Jamison Taillon good start that gets us into the game. We've got to get our starters into the game. That has to happen, especially if you're going to try to win 3 games in 4 days. That we're going to have to get our starters into the game. And J-Mo's tasked with it on Wednesday, and looking forward to handing him the ball.